So you were with Jeff this morning, and that was like Jeff's in Cincinnati,
Yes.
and tonight you're in Hilton Head with me. He's doing the sober tour. He's doing the sober circuit.
Sober circuit.
That's right. You're flying around doing the sober circuit. Guys, it is a very special Saturday night sober talk. Wasn't sure that I was going to do it tonight. Jeff had so much fun this morning doing his that it was good. It was good. Well, you saw the show, right? You were on the show.
Yeah, I was on the show, but we had to do sober talk today because listening to Jeff talks like watching paint dry.
It really is. Jeff is if you guys, hey, if you're just joining us, hey, welcome to a special sober talk live at a Saturday night. You are here because you want to get sober, you need to get sober, or perhaps you're just sober curious. Whatever the reason may be, I'm glad you're here. So how do you know if you have a drinking problem? It's real easy. If it causes problems, be it drugs or alcohol, it doesn't matter. And you're like me, the drinking becomes a bigger problem than the problem you were trying to deal with in the first place. When you drink, you're trying to push something back or whatever. You're trying not to. I quit drinking many a times, and you and I talked about this earlier today. I quit for 2 years once, but I was what they called a dry drunk.
Right.
Yeah, drinking was just a symptom of restless, irritable, and discontent. It was drinking wasn't a problem. I was the problem. I have to fix me because I'm just trying to be happy, right?
It was the thinking. I mean, that's our problem, how we think.
You hold it. Here we go. Let me talk. Yeah, you might have to lean in a little bit on that sometimes. So we have Brian Biggerstaff. You saw Brian with Jeff Graham this morning, my co-host, and Jeff does Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do Wednesdays together when I'm in town in Louisville at the Sober Talk Studios there. And Jeff did one this morning, and a lot of great reviews.
Great show.
People love the early morning show, so that's good. And so Bree is there. Hey, Bree. Bree's always here. What's up, my brother? That is Eric Travis. Hey, Eric. So look, if you feel like you need to talk, if you're struggling right now and you want to talk with us, I'm 6 months sober. How long are you?
9 months sober.
9 months sober. Is this as long as you've gone?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So I just can't imagine you being out of control drunk. But you were telling me some stories today.
Oh yeah.
That I couldn't believe. I could not believe that. That's really. I thought you were kidding me. I really thought that you were joking. So how did it feel? Do you miss it, or tell me about that?
Do I miss the drinking?
Yeah.
No. And that's what I was thinking about this morning when I got up early. Is it's nice just to wake up and feel good.
Yeah. I know.
Versus waking up looking for that bottle of water because your mouth's so dry.
Yeah, I do that anyway.
Let's have some water.
Yeah, we're blacked out drunk. We don't know what's going on right now.
Right.
But it's just, if you want to talk, you're going to text your name and number. We can't take calls on this phone, but you can text us your name and number, and we'll call you from another phone. That is a sober cell, and that is 502-396-8374. 502-396-8374. I put it in the description. So if you want to text us, we will give you a call. Let's call Jeff Graham and just see how he's doing.
Let's call Jeff.
Let's see how Jeff's doing. Let's just see what's happening with our buddy Jeff Graham. Boy, he's really digging this. He's really enjoying sober talk. Watch him not pick up now. He said he was going to pick up. All right.
Hello.
Hey, Jeff, it's Tom and Brian, Sober Talk host.
Oh, hey, what are you doing? A little impromptu Saturday night?
Impromptu Saturday night. Brian is on the sober circuit. I understand he did your show this morning in Cincinnati. Now he's down at Hilton Head doing our show down here in Hilton Head.
He had to leave 10 minutes early before I was done to catch his flight. It was chartered out of the airport here to get down there. He said he was on tour.
Yeah, he's doing the sober circuit.
Book signing this afternoon somewhere.
Yeah.
Tom pays a lot better than you, by the way.
Yes, I have. Well, Jeff is
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Exactly.
So real quick, so you recently celebrated 1 year. This time last year, you fell off the rails, fell off the wagon during
Yep.
Super Bowl.
The fifth. I don't even know if that was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was actually the 1 year anniversary date, but the Super Bowl was it was the day after the Super Bowl, as far as event wise. That was my first day. So yeah, this time last year, I was right now. My son was going, where the hell is Dad? He was supposed to be at this wedding reception, sitting at a table with one of those little foldy things that said Jeff Graham on it, and having to answer, "Where's your dad? Where's your dad? I thought he was coming. Where's your dad?" And he knew full well. I mean, I think he figured it out what had happened. But
Wow.
yeah,
So
I hadn't.
they just did. Was there some tension between you and your son after that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a letdown thing. I know he, he doesn't have the disease of alcoholism. Doesn't understand it. He's young enough, and I don't know if he ever will. I pray to God he doesn't have to deal with it, but he didn't understand. He doesn't understand what the person said, "Why don't you just quit? Why don't you just not drink?" That they don't understand that tug, that pull that someone like me that is an alcoholic feels towards drinking, that pull. And then when I have one, that like I got to have now 93 more. Have to. It's mandatory. He doesn't understand those things. So when I had my Super Bowl debacle, he didn't understand why I would choose to do that. Why didn't you just not drink? Why did you? I don't know. I have no idea why I drank. I have no idea. That's the mystery of alcoholism. I know that if I drink, bad things are going to happen, and yet I still do it. And I that makes no sense. I know that if I drink tonight, or when I was drinking, I know that bad things will happen. I'm going to piss people off. I'm going to wake up feeling like crap. There's going to be negative. I know that will happen.
Well,
I still do.
And you still do it. So I have a question. So you went for 9 years, no drinking.
Yep.
You're a year now. Are you happier now with this year doing it with an organized, structured program than you were in the 9 years that you were sober?
It's almost the joy. The joy I have right now is not the only joy I had before. Was the joy that I wasn't drinking, and that was really all the other crap was still there. My joy is not that I'm not drinking, and now that's great. But it's that I handle situations and let them go and deal with them, and I've learned how to release that pressure. I am so much more relaxed and content, and I'm able to enjoy. I can enjoy a Sunday instead of hating Sundays, because that's all I could think about was tomorrow morning was Monday, and I got to work, and I hate that. So I'm actually enjoying life.
Yeah, I used to hate Sundays. The Sundays were geez, I got school tomorrow. Geez, daggone it.
Yeah.
And they call it future casting when you try to mind the future and you.
Yeah, and add that plus the regret casting, whatever that is, for sitting around just regretting and rehashing over and over, if I could remember what happened yesterday.
So Jeff, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Last year on Super Bowl Sunday, did you convince yourself that come Monday you was not going to drink again? And did you really believe that? Yeah, that was I started drinking I went Friday through Sunday night. And, because everyone was out of town for the most part. My one daughter had to come get me Super Bowl, evening. But everyone else, I knew I was going to have a great, great time. And Monday morning, I'd get right back at it. I'd be back at an AA meeting. No one would know the difference. I wouldn't have any regret. I'd actually feel satisfied that I got that one thing out of my system, and I'd be refreshed, refocused to go at it again. No one would know the difference. 100%. Scratch that little itch. And yes.
Yeah.
And that's, we convince ourselves that, we can handle it. And that's why so many people relapse. That's why when I hear people say they white knuckling it, I don't see.
White knuckling is where you go at it alone. You're just like, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. I'm doing it on my own. And yet you may eventually, at 6 or 7 days, get that alcohol out of your system. But and first of all, never ever white knuckle. If you feel like you need to stop, you have to detox with a doctor. You have to get medical advice.
Yes.
You can die from withdrawals, alcohol and benzos. Benzos being
Oh, yeah.
Xanax, Klonopin, things like that. So we're not doctors, man. It's like a bunch of right now. We're three guys who've been sober a year, 9 months, and 6 months, and so that's you know that's we just like being held accountable for things like this. You know,
Hey, if you don't believe that, just Google detoxing alcohol withdrawal or whatever. Just put those keywords in, and
yeah, see what comes up.
you'll find more than enough information. That was probably one of the, and thank God it was, because rehab was critical for my success. But I think just by reading about the DTs and withdrawal and all that, it scared the crap out of me. I mean, I think I can hypochondriac myself into a heart attack within minutes. And the more I read, the more panicked about it, because the amount of beer I drank for so long. I said, I didn't go into rehab after my Super Bowl relapse, because that was just a one weekend. I'm talking about
right.
when I went in, 3 months before, and that was after 4 years of drinking every day of the week, bare minimum a case of beer a day.
And how much is a case? Is that 24 beers or is that
24?
Bare minimum.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you look.
Now I
you
drank
look
the
better.
I drank the cheap. I drank the cheap stuff. So maybe, I don't know, the craft beers. People say you couldn't drink. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I drank at least 24. Towards the end, that number was skyrocketing. Weekends were well above that amount, thanks to naps and restarting. It was.
Yeah.
I drank a case a day, but on Saturdays, that was basically 3 days because of early nap, mid nap, evening.
Were you
each one
surprised
of
about the
those,
money you were saving? I mean, because that's a lot. How much were you spending if it was a case? How much is that a day?
They're, I don't know, $15, something like that. Somewhere around that maybe, but I know that was higher. But the one thing that I did, and not to depress people, but I had no cravings for sweets when I was drinking. I didn't understand people that had sweets. If I was still hungry at the end of dinner, I didn't want dessert. I wanted another cheeseburger, another piece of steak, or more pasta. I didn't. But when I quit drinking, that craving for sweets, I suddenly, the McDonald's dollar ice cream cone, those are great. So I know I picked it up a little bit there. But my thing is not, some people are the focus. Yeah, I can count the dollars and whatnot and see the savings there. My savings is my marriage, my kids, my family, my job, my self-respect, my happiness. Those are what I really saw the savings in.
And let me interject real quick here. So if anyone's watching and you feel like you need help, if you're struggling right now and you say, okay, I know I can't quit on my own, send me a message. Be sobertalklive@gmail.com, sobertalklive@gmail.com. That goes right to me, and I will. We've pointed so many people in the right direction. We got a guy coming in tonight, coming on tonight, and I'm happy. I think he goes out Tuesday. His doctor found a place for him up in the Fort Wayne area and up in Indiana.
That's awesome.
And we, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of life. I hate when people tell, I help try to get in a treatment facility and, oh man, I can't lose my job. I said, well, you're going to lose your wife and kids. And your job, 99.9% of the time, they are so cool. I think it's illegal for them to fire you. Now, if you're drunk on the job, they can fire you. But if you go to them and go, hey, I got a problem, I need to address it, it's as if they went through some kind of class. They go, that's awesome. We want you to get help. That's what they say.
Well, hey, Tom, you've got kids. What would you rather, your kid coming up to you and saying, hey, Dad, I've got a problem and I need help, or would you rather a police officer calling saying, hey, I just arrested your kid for DUIs and just plowed it, whatever.
Right.
I'd be thrilled
Right.
that they came to me before something bad happened and asked for help. I don't believe that companies don't do that.
No, yeah.
If you've got a thing, they want you.
They want you
healthy,
getting help. So
productive. Yeah.
Lulu just says, thanks to naps and restarting. So she laughed at that. I guess that was a thing, right? You go take a power nap or a shower. It'd be like nature's power nap. Yeah.
Well, I could do I could do the 2.5 hour nap, and that was just like getting up. It was a new day. And now I was on beer 1 again when I was actually on, beer 19.
Wow.
And I don't know for you, Jeff, but I mean, when I finally got sober, and it took me a long time for me to get my sleep in a normal pattern, because I mean, for me it was drink till I pass out, and it didn't matter what time of day that was. Just drink till you pass out, and then start drinking again.
Yeah, it completely. It changed all my sleep patterns because, it was just it became more and more. And anyone that doesn't believe this thing's progressive, you're crazy. I see it and I lived it. It gets, I didn't start off drinking first thing in the morning in my 20s. I didn't, that was towards the end. I had gone 9.5 years, and as soon as I came back, day one, I was like, hey, I'm sure. When I started drinking again after 9.5 years, I had a beer the first day, and I was like, hey, this is no problem. I'm good, and I can do this. This is great. Day 2, I had 3, and day 4, I was making 3 trips through the drive-through again. It was right back, and I think it was even picked up even more.
Wow.
I live the definition of progressive. I don't, maybe there are exceptions to it, but my lifestyle, my drinking pattern, is proof enough for me because I lived it.
Jarrett Moore says when he quit drinking in the past, he craved a lot of chocolates. And that's when I remember asking a buddy of mine, a dear friend who's no longer with us, Doug Florio. I said, how do you deal with it when you get the cravings? I mean, I eat a cake. I eat a lot of cake and pie. I have a slice of pie. And that's true. Your body misses that sugar. And so it's a good way of tricking your body. And don't worry, you will gain weight and then you will lose a bunch of weight. Right.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're already, I mean, you're putting a ton of calories in. You're just filling it with another. But, I never killed myself or killed somebody for eating, from eating a triple Dairy Queen double dip cone.
Right.
I didn't lose my job because I had 3 McFlurries in an evening. My marriage did not break up because I had 7 packs of Reese's peanut butter cups one night. Those are problems I'll gladly deal with.
All right, buddy. I got a couple here waiting on Doc, but a great show this morning. Wow, in the comments, I think you're really onto something with the early shows.
Yeah, that was fun. It really put me in a great mood for the day. I'm looking forward to doing that. And I don't know, Tom, if you caught it, we had the first guest, talk about dull as molasses.
That little guy? Like that little...
Yeah, I don't even... It was like, God, this was a mistake because he just on and on.
I saw
and then
that.
with Carrie messed up all the audio, and
Carrie,
I'm trying to fix her problem.
Carrie, she sucks.
Jeff, please bring the keys back Monday for me, okay?
Yeah.
Jeff is an ongoing joke that Brian's going to take Jeff's place or whatever.
Jeff officially retired after this morning.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you in a
Hey,
little bit.
you guys have a great night. Thanks, guys. Take care,
brother.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, we are going to call. We got 3 people we're going to call. If you're struggling tonight and you want to talk, it's text the sober cell. It's 502-396-8374. 502-396-8374, and we will call you back on another line. And that number is also in the description here. I'm just trying to figure out this. Here we go. So, okay, let's see here. Love to. These are all coming in right now. Let's call this guy here. This guy has been, Yeah, and boy, I can't wait to get Ryan on the phone. Ryan is getting ready to make a big life change. This guy story. If you didn't do a background check, you think he's lying.
Really?
It is. Judges and lawyers say, write a book. I would buy it. I would buy it.
Wow.
He has been. I'm talking like by the age of 7. All right, Ryan, you get geared up. I'm gonna call you here just a few, but I got one in front of you here. Ryan's our big finale. I want to save enough time for him. So, yeah, we all may get a little emotional on Ryan here, but yeah, this is. I should have put that in the description. Big reason why we're going tonight because I talked to Ryan today.
I was wondering how you memorized that number so good.
It's right there.
Yeah, you got it wrote down.
A big piece of paper.
Big numbers.
Hello.
Hey, buddy, it's Tom Mabe and Brian Biggers.
Oh my God.
How are you?
Oh my God, I'm a huge fan. I'm like, you're one of my idols.
Oh, cool, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Me or Tom?
Were you talking to me, Tom, or were you talking to Brian Biggers? They don't even know who you are, Brian. You ain't know.
My name's Ron.
Your name's Ron? Okay, I was talking about my co-host here tonight, sitting in for Jeff. So you've been sober for how many years?
I'll have 6 years next month off heroin. Ron Addict, by the way.
Ron Addict. Hello,
That's
Ron.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you go to NA?
Yeah. I haven't been able to go this past because of the pandemic, obviously, like anyone else. So your live shows are awesome. One thing I sometimes struggle with, I'm 30 years old. I'm starting to go down the road of my 30s, and sometimes life can get a little boring, I sometimes, boredom is a trigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, they call that. There, you got a restless, irritable, discontent, but you don't want to get bored, hungry, or sleep tired too.
Hungry, angry, tired.
Yeah.
Lonely.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a trigger I've been fighting with. Even at 6 years, I still think about drugs a lot, and even at 6 years, I still fight the trigger of boredom.
Do you do Zoom meetings?
Yeah, I do those. They're quite different than sitting in a real room,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But,
I don't mind the Zoom meetings. That's how Sober Talk the pandemic kind of made Sober Talk come to life. And after we did one, and all of a sudden, I get this call.
Just blew up.
Get this call, a call from a guy named Carl from Georgia. And he goes, man, I don't even know who you are. Someone tells me you're a comedian, but I saw this thing this morning called Sober Talk, and boy, did it come at the right time. And it's amazing the people who are getting sober from the show now. But look, you can't just, Ron, you can tell them this at home. You can't depend on us to keep you sober. But it is a routine. It is a good little another element to your sober journey. If you're sober curious,
absolutely.
So yeah, I think any kind of structure. Sometimes I have problems with going to meetings. I'm an AA guy, and sometimes I feel like I was listening to him. Brian was on a Zoom. You've been on and off Zoom. He's always doing some kind of meeting on the phone. And I'm like, I was listening. I wasn't eavesdropping. I heard some lady talking or something. Like, oh my God! I had to walk in the other room. I'm like, I can't. I want to drink.
Yeah.
This is kind of a fun show. I don't want to glorify, but go ahead.
One good thing I do like about Zoom meetings is it's fascinating to hear commitments from people from the other side of the country that I wouldn't get at my local group. I'm always hearing commitments from all over the country, and that can be a fascinating experience. Hearing people share.
And you can even you take Australia. Have you ever done a one at 3 a.m. over in Australia? Do it.
That is an amazing suggestion that never crossed my mind, and that I am going to
do it. You do it tonight.
Yeah.
Because I have a big fan base in Australia. It's just I get more sales there than I do here, more views there. But it's funny when I'll get up if I wake up at 3 a.m. I just hop online and start talking to people, and it's a whole nother audience. But yeah, that's really you should just for giggles try like a Chinese Zoom AA meeting. God, that would be interesting. So
see how many people speak English.
Yeah. So what are the other countries? You got the UK, you got England, and
South Africa.
South
Africa.
Wyoming. And
Wyoming.
So where are you located at?
I'm Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
That you couldn't hear it. You couldn't hear his accent. Goodwill. I thought I was talking to Goodwill Hunting right here, man. I swear to God.
All them Yankees sound the same.
I think he could do some long math. Do some long division for us.
Long division.
I don't do the short division. Well, man, thank you so much. Stick around and hear Ryan here in a little bit. Ryan is just some dude like all of us, hangs out in his garage and drinks. Goes out there and he's like the guy next door. But boy, his story, and now he's getting.
Are you talking about the guy that's sitting next to you?
That's not right. No. He has no story. Except he trying to get. What was that guy? He was 6'7" and 300. What was that security guy?
That was going to a detox, and I really don't even remember it. But there was a security guard about 300 pounds, over 6 feet tall, and I told him I was going to whoop his ass. So.
Yeah. He said, tell you what, once you stand on that stool over there, jump up and kiss my ass, because he was tall.
Yeah, he was tall.
I got that from Jim Clark. He totally got that. Well, hey, Ron, thanks for sharing. I'm glad you're 6 years. I'm glad you still have some structure in your life, and you're not just you're not just going, because why we go back out, we forget that we had a problem. So at least I do. So.
And keep watching Sober Talk. It's like a family now.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
We got a lot of crazy brothers and sisters, man. I tell you what.
I want to be part of it.
Well, dude, join our private group. The private group, people, it's free. Just it says group. Just join it. Carrie will probably put in the comments. Carrie will put a link there, and there's people talking all the time, and it's while we're not on the air. But Jeff introduced our morning show this morning, like at 8 a.m. You were on the show this morning,
yes.
8 a.m. And so we're going to be doing morning and night. So we're going to try to just really double up on the shows here. So we're excited. So.
All right.
Well,
yeah.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah. This was awesome.
Good talking to you, man.
All right, man.
Yeah.
We'll come back on soon, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, brother. Yeah. Hey, real quick before I forget, the sponsor of the show that makes it possible for people like Jeff Graham to drive, and we haven't given you anything.
Yeah.
You just kind of show up. We don't even know. I might get. Did he show up at your house too?
He's there.
Dude, I'm at the beach, and this guy, I look out, he's knocking on the door. Is that bigger staff?
Shut up.
Kenzie, keep it down. He'll go away. Next thing you know, we're at Best Buy, Walmart, Staples.
I
gave you. We got a tour of the island today. You really did.
I even had to crawl over the gate.
Yeah. I gave you the wrong code. I'm like, how did you get in the gate?
I crawled over.
No, jeez, dude, you had to park outside. All right, hey guys, do me a favor. We have a sponsor for the show, and they're called Kentucky's Best Hemp, and there's a website called KYS. That's short for Kentucky's KYSBestHemp.com. That is at KYSBestHemp.com. They are sponsoring this show, and upon checkout, if you want to buy some CBD, upon checkout, use promo code TOM30 and get 30% off your purchase. It is a Kentucky hemp. The best hemp does come from Kentucky, so do me a favor, check out KYSBestHemp.com. Show them some support and love because they're showing us love, and that's awesome. So, all right, so let's see what we have here. I want to call. We're calling Ryan. Here we go.
Let's call Ryan.
Yeah, I just want to sit. So, guys, just look, and we're going to be giving away. And Carrie, I will make this announcement right now. If you share Sober Talk right now, if you share it, we will draw. Carrie will. We get like 10, 20 shares. We put their name in the hat, and we draw, and we send them some free CBD. So that's something right there that you can do if you share our show right now. Share it on your page. You'll be entered to win. And it's a pretty good chance you're going to win something. I think Harry just kind of sends everybody something who shares, but we'll figure it out. So, all right, here we go. Share Sober Talk Live, boy.
I'm glad Jeff's off.
Yeah, he was like, when Jeff was on the air, it was like, that's Jeff. Oh. Hey, Ryan, it's Tom and Brian Biggerstaff. How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. So I'll give you a second to turn your computer or cell phone down because I'm getting me like delayed in the headphones here. So Ryan's going to turn his computer down, and we'll bring him back up here. And so
Is that a little bit better?
I think it is. I think it is. So there's someone named Dale Lynn that just made a comment. Says Ryan is amazing. I love you so much, baby. Thank you, Tom, for helping him. Dale Lynn, is that a female or is that a what was that?
Yeah, that's my wife.
Okay. That's a really that's a great comment. That's great. Well, Dale, Dale Lynn, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad Brian has decided he's going into a treatment center Tuesday. Is it, Ryan?
Yep.
Up in the
Yep. The wife's gonna drop me off there.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So. I was telling Brian, I said, man, if I didn't do a little background check, if I didn't talk to so I wouldn't have believed some of the stuff you were telling me. So when I was telling Ryan, I said, man, people who drink or abuse drugs or alcohol, it derives from some kind of something in their childhood, like abandonment,
Right.
or trauma.
Some kind of childhood trauma.
Some kind of childhood trauma. 95% of the time, they can trace it back to childhood trauma or abandonment. And I said, have you ever had anything like that? And Ryan, kind of tell us your story, buddy.
Well, my life before about 7 years old is kind of foggy and hazy. Kind of blocked that out at a young age. I went to, at about 7 years old, in Detroit, Michigan. My Uncle Terry, my sperm donor, I have a sperm donor, I have a father. That'll get later on in the story. My sperm donor and my uncle robbed a place, and they were running from the police with me and my brother in the back seat. And I want to say it was like a Bronco Blazer. It was a big square body vehicle. They ended up rolling it. My Uncle Terry got shot right outside the Blazer. Watched him die.
All right, so let me stop you here for people at home who may have a hard time because your connection is not the real best. But so at age 7, your uncle and your biological sperm donor dad or whatever robbed a bank together. You guys were in the back seat, and they rode this big square, at the time, a SUV looking thing, Bronco or something, and your uncle got shot.
Yeah, on the passenger side, right outside the window, maybe 5-7 foot from the vehicle. It plays over and over in my memories.
Wow. So that's okay. So that's trauma 1.
Right.
That's trauma 1. And what about the biological father? Did he die in that?
No, he made it away from the police. A couple months later, still on the run, the federal government came in and they raided our house in Warren, and he had a shootout with the police. Then he was shot a total of 17 times while smoking PCP, and outran the police, and later had to turn himself in for blood loss. He was found on the side of the road.
Shot 17 times, smoking PCP, still managed to escape, turned himself in because of blood loss on the side of the road. All right, so is he still alive to this date?
As of a month and a half ago, last I heard, he had a hip transplant. I talked to him very seldomly. I love him. He's the man that brought me into this world, that gave me my wonderful life, but I have a lot of hatred for the man. Don't care to see him. But if he's alive, he's alive.
Okay.
If he's dead, he's dead. Just the knowledge is settled with me.
When was the first time you experienced drugs or alcohol? How old were you?
My 7th birthday, I got a gram of cocaine and a case of beer and some weed from my mom in a motel room for the night. And that was over in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Mount Pleasant, Michigan is you say 17th birthday or 7th birthday? 7th birthday.
07.
The mother gave a gram of coke, a case of beer, and a bag of weed. And did she help you? Was that you? Did she go, this is yours, this over here is mine? Or, I mean, did y'all share that?
No, about a week before my birthday, there was a party that happened. I remember it was like a cocaine party. There was a large pile of coke, and when someone wanted one, they scraped out of the middle of the table. And my mom first mentioned then about hiring someone to kill my dad. And that's when that arose, and I came up to the table, curiosity young kid. I've already smoked weed and drank then, and asked Mom what this was. And she said, it's a drug that makes you happy. You can do anything all night long. And that was the first time I had it.
Did you, at 7, did you ever develop an addiction to it, or any?
Yeah, I did it for about 2 years, and at 9 years old, I was in a rehab in Mount Pleasant.
At 9 years old, I'm sorry, I'm getting my audio too. But at 9 years old, you were at a rehab in Mount Pleasant. Were you like the only kid there? How did they do that?
No, there was actually quite a few kids there, and I've always thought it was normal up until mid-teenager years, and I started growing up.
Okay.
I went through rehab. There's reports through the elementary school I was in for behavioral issues and just all key signs of it. And my mom had CPS in our lives. I was taken from my mom, and I was placed with my cousin Christina for a period of time. I love my cousin Christina for it. I mean, times got rough for her. And I totally understand that to this day. But then there was one day that I had to go back to my mom because she was pretty fit. And,
so your CPS stepped in. They decided to remove you from the home. All right, let's jump forward now. So what? So you said your mother was talking about having your dad or your uncle shot?
Yeah, my dad. I have a dad and I have a sperm donor. My dad was in my life from what I'm told, about 4 to 5 years old. He was a straightforward man, didn't drink, didn't smoke weed, didn't do drugs. He could literally drink 2 Seagram wine coolers back in the 90s and he'd be passed out. That's how often he drank.
Why would your mom want to kill him? Why would she want to have him killed?
Over heroin, cocaine addiction. We at the time when she killed him, we had a farm, and we grew crops and we had animals, and she grew weed out back in the 80s. She sold pills, sold coke, dealt with heroin, and then my dad asked her to get sober one night, and that's when she called a couple of people, and we started going up to Kenross, visiting a guy at the Kenross prison. And 3 months after he was released, my dad was shot on my 12th birthday.
Hold on, maybe speaking of dad, let me interrupt. Let's take a break here for a second. So I just got a message or a comment says, Evan Cross. Hi, Dad, love you. And it says Ryan's son. Is that your kid, Evan?
Yeah, that's my oldest.
Okay, that's sweet. All right, so your mom wanted to. So before I interrupted you, you were going up to talk to a guy about having your dad. You're the dad that raised you since you were 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Have him killed. So
yeah,
pick up from there.
And then he was released from prison, and it was a few months. I want to say it was like 3 or 4 months. I was 11 years old at the time.
Who was released from prison? Your mom?
No, a guy named John. I won't say no other names than that.
But there was this guy that you guys had met with?
My mom did. She went up to the prison up in Kinross, and she used to go visit them every weekend.
I see.
And we used to stay at a cabin on a lake, and we used to go ice fishing. And me and my brother would sit there and drink, get high.
Wow. Okay, so look, John, we'll call him John, got out of prison. What happened then?
My mom employed him. My mom and dad employed him to work on a farm. We had numerous employees, and my mom started having an affair with him. He had connections, and a longer story short, my mom took me to a motel for my 12th birthday. We went to the bar. I drank at the bar, played pinball. Mom took me back to the motel room, got me a case of beer, some more Coke, some weed. Took a couple of Xanax to relax because I was freaking out. Because my dad was the kind of a guy, if he said he was going to be there at 5 o'clock to give the shirt off of his back, he was there at 4:30 and he was prepared with another shirt. He was a man of his word. He was a true man.
Oh yeah, you weren't even his kid, and he was a dad that he didn't have to be. It sounds like.
Yeah, he was there my whole life and went through the drug addictions, and I treated him like shit. My brother did. My mom did. We had our great days. We traveled the U.S. The drugs, man, life would have been a lot better without the drugs.
So what ended up happening to your dad? The one that raised you.
My mom, there was three people involved. He ended up getting shot on my 12th birthday, around 7 o'clock at night. I went to the motel. I drank, got high off of numerous things. We stayed at the motel until Sunday. And when we were on our way home, Mom asked me, do you want to go in and ask your dad why he lied to you? And it was the very first lie in my entire life. Or do you want to go over to Tony's house, which was my best friend, Antonio Nohos? And I told her, I want to go and I want to see why Dad lied to me, because it was the first time ever. I was so let down. And then my mom let me walk in to find him with his head blown off.
No, you found him?
Yeah.
Did she set you up to find him?
Yeah.
All right, so your mom said, go in there and find your dad, have him lie to you, and you went in there and your dad had been murdered.
Well, no, she said, you can go over and find out why your dad lied to you, or you can go over to Tony's house while I unload the car, and we get unpacked. And just because it was the first time I lied, I wanted to know what was going on. So I want to go question Dad. And we pulled in, and she sat in the driver's seat. She started crying, and I figured something was up. There was a couple other key factors in the weekend that I don't want to bring up.
Okay.
But yeah, she let me and my brother walk right up to the front door, knowing that his body was laying on the other side of the door. His brain was laying probably 3/4 of a foot to a foot to the top right side of his body. It's a nightmare to have to deal with.
How old were you?
It was my 12th birthday.
Yeah, Carl Martin says, wow. Carl said, Hell's bells. I'll never complain about my parents and abuses again. After hearing this caller, our caller friend sounds is through. He's been never had a real chance to live and enjoy life. Well, I sure hope, friend, that you have a chance to experience true freedom, and that I think that's going to come. We'll get to that, but yeah, Carl's like a lot. Even myself, I'm talking about the trauma and abuse I had growing up. You know, it was single mother abuse. You know, it was just yelling and stuff like So it wasn't. I thought it was normal stuff, but I can't believe you're still alive right now. I can't believe you're alive.
And I thought my childhood was normal.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought everyone. All my friends at school, even in elementary school, I thought everyone did this kind of thing. And it wasn't until about 13 and a half, 14, my brother broke his neck on a bicycle. and I met a really good guy named Gary and Mike. A year and a half later would turn out to be my best friend even to this day. He's helped me through so many situations, a meth addiction, a pill addiction, an opiate addiction. But I've kind of shied away from him from drinking. I've shied away from quite a few of our biggest helpers that continue drinking. And I've gotten back in contact with them, and they're here to support me.
So I got a question for you. I want to move forward to what you just said, your addiction. What is the longest amount of time you've had with sobriety? Or do you remember a period from, you said age 7, and that blows my mind.
I mean, I can't. Only time I think he probably ever quit using or drinking is probably while he was sleeping. If you have this kind of childhood, I don't know how in the hell you managed to have a cool kid like Evan and a wife, Dell Lynn, if I'm saying her name right. How do you, Dell Lynn. How do you recall the last time you went a week without using or drinking?
Actually, the longest I went in the last 10 years is probably 5 or 6 days is my longest stretch.
Why did you go the 5 or 6 days? Were you sick, or were you trying to quit, or what was it?
Well, when my wife told me she was pregnant with my youngest child, I've never really thought alcoholism was a real thing. I never thought seizures were real. I never thought cold sweats were real. I went out and bought a couple of sleds. Me and the wife went on a snowmobile ride with a couple of buddies, and the next morning she came home from work and told me she was pregnant. I promised to her that I was going to quit drinking. I quit that day. I made it the whole next day. The following day, I went into the bathroom to use the bathroom, and I woke up in the hospital. I learned that I have a seizure, and I learned about alcoholism right there, and a hard life slap.
Yeah, that's a good thing to learn.
You were talking about being able to die, right? That you could die with that.
Yeah, and I've actually had a detox tell me, don't stop drinking until you can come, because yes, you can die from this.
Yeah, when you go to rehab drunk, show up drunk. They really want you to. I promise you.
Yes.
But see, I don't so much start drinking in the morning. When I first up, you guys keep talking about dry mouth. That's all night. I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I'll come outside, puke, take a drink of water, and I'm good. Usually I'll wake up. Usually I can get till 10:30, and then I have to take 2 or 3 shots. My shakes, my coldness. It's 72 degrees in my house, and I'll be cold. That'll go away. The pukiness goes away. I overall feel better. Then I can make it till about 2 o'clock. I'll do another 3, 4 shots. And usually about 6 o'clock, I'll start drinking. In between 6 and 9 o'clock, I'll drink a half gallon or a half gallon of a.
All right. So let me. Okay. So your trauma. I think we heard a lot about your trauma. So let me. This is going out to Dell Lynn and to Evan. So let me tell you what's going to happen in rehab, and I've seen this about 400 times in the past 5 months. You're going to get in there. You're going to. Oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. About a weekend. Hell, you went out and slept by your car, right?
Yeah, there's going to come a point in time when you're going to want to pack your bag.
Yeah, you're going to want to escape. And I'm going to tell Dell Lynn, this is part of it. This is the vicious cycle. You get in there, he gets a week or 2 under his belt, and you think, I'm good. Ryan, you have to stay there. I wish you could stay there for 3 months. Yes. But this is not an 8-day thing. You'll detox in 8 days, but you will not get fixed. You got to, being detox is one thing and getting off the booze and everything. But if they send you home in the condition that you're in with what you're drinking, you're waking up and having a 3 shots.
I won't leave.
Well, don't leave.
If I don't feel comfortable coming home, I don't want to leave.
Well, you're
because
going to want to come home. I'm telling your wife, Dell, he's going to call you very upset. This is what usually happens, Ryan. The husband or the wife will call the spouse and go, I'm done. I got to get out of here. You got to get me out of here. I've learned my lesson, this and that. And that's when it starts getting hard. And it's usually when you're talking about your trauma. But you done really well tonight. You choked up a couple times, but you didn't totally lose it. But you probably need to talk with a counselor there and get this shit off your head. Evan, I'm sorry I didn't mean to cuss in front of you. But you have to, I'm just begging your family that I'm telling them that you will call in a couple weeks and it always happens. You're going to unpack your bags and leave, and they got to stand firm. Hey, we got a family. This is a small price to pay for your family. I know you don't love the booze more than you do me and the kids, but right now that your addiction is kicking your ass. You're over there trying to get help, and your addiction's in the corner doing push-ups. It will. Don't cave to your addiction. Brian, you follow up with something with that.
Yes, I mean, everything Tom said right there is, there's going to be so many things that just piss you off while you're in there also. The food was terrible. People slamming doors.
Well, it depends where he's going, so we don't know where he's
Right.
going.
But, you're going to look for the excuses to want to leave. But when you fight through that, when you go into there, it's going to be scary when you walk in. You're going to see everybody running around, look like they've been there for months. But
Now, where did you go, dude? Did you go? This sounds like an episode of that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Ryan, don't listen to him.
Did you meet Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson. You said, hey, when you get there, you're going to see people cutting people's heads off.
no,
Okay.
no, I mean, running around, they know what's going on.
Oh no,
They'll
no,
help you with
they're
your
going to take him right into intake. They're going to take blood, do a COVID test. They're going to take your blood pressure. And there, and one of my best friends and sponsor owns 3 facilities, and I've been checking I love these places. That's going to be my career down the road. I want to be in the recovery business. But and you said you're going to some place. Is it Michigan or up near Fort Wayne?
Up in Fort Wayne. If I get there, they're a center for people that want to get sober on their own. When I walked in there, from the way I'm explained, because I'm definitely afraid of going there. I've been to prison, I've been to jail. That's nothing new to me. And I mean, just to reflect back a little bit, my wife, my kid, I got friends, I got family, I got friends close to me, I got friends far away from me. And I feel that I got the support system that if I go to fall back, I think I'm there. I'm not saying that I'm not going to relapse, because my drinking problem is not that I want to drink every day. I've been preparing for this for a little over 2 years psychologically, since I've known that I've had a problem. And the way that doctor explained it is I go into, it's basically like an emergency room. I walk in, I explain it to them. She gave me a printed pamphlet, so there's certain things I don't have to talk about. I hand it to them. They do everything electronically. She put everything in the computer. So basically, I'll go there. She said I'll talk to her for about 15, 20 minutes. I say bye to my wife, my kids, and then they'll transport me to a treatment facility anywhere within the United States. I've asked my wife to sign me in so that way I cannot sign myself out. And with that, she can't just come here to Fort Wayne. If I'm in Florida or California, she can't just come here to Fort Wayne, sign a piece of paper, and I get out. To my bone, I'm committed to this.
Yes. Yeah, and you will be. And boy, he's saying the right things, isn't he? You're really saying the right things. You are committed. I'm just saying it doesn't mean that you won't be second guessing it and everything. Your addiction will be doing everything but you're not going to get the shakes if this facility, it sounds like they have a medical component. They're going to give you medicine to calm you down, and you'll probably sleep first 2 or 3 days. So, and if something were to happen, it doesn't work this time, we'll get them next time. But let's don't talk about that. A lot of people are one and done. Some people are 2 or 3 times. It depends on how you work when you get out, and we want to follow you through this journey, and we want to make sure that when you get out, you're in some kind of structured program,
Yes.
be it AA, rational recovery, or something, because
No,
your wife and kids they're not going to stick around forever. I can promise that.
right. Now with like the AA, I smoked meth for 13 months, and I dropped that. I ripped the baggie open, threw it on the ground, smashed my pipe, and I haven't touched it to this day. My wife's fully acknowledged that. But when I drink, I don't get mad. I don't get angry. I don't smash stuff. At times, I'm a little bit stern with my son, but I mean, he doesn't do his homework. But it's a father figure.
No, sometimes as a dad, it's your job to be an ass, to be a wienerhead, and that's why I'm very firm with my kids. I don't spank. I do a lot of yelling, but
Yeah, I don't spank either.
Yeah.
My biggest question for you, though, is when I'm done with rehab. Man, can I come on the show my first week? Do it once a month for my first 3 months, as long as I stay sober.
You can come if you promise me to stay sober, and I think Dale Lim will tell me. You can come on once a week, not once a month, once a week, because you need people. This is a very fragile situation, and you're going to die. How are you? 41? How old are you?
No, I'm 33 years old.
Dude,
He's a baby.
he's a baby. Yeah, you're not going to live. But if you continue to drink like this, you will not continue to live to be 41. You will not live to see 41. And if you do live to see 41, a good chance you're going to be single, and your kids are going to not be talking with you. Because so you have to fix this now. Boy, I wish I quit when I was 31. How about you?
Yeah, Ryan. I mean, and I speak for Tom here. We are super proud of you, and we definitely want to have you back on the show. Just I'm going to be praying for you and just wondering how you're doing. So yeah, as soon as you get out, he can take Jeff's spot.
Well, you're taking Jeff's spot.
I'm taking Jeff's spot.
We can make Ryan our third.
Our third.
Yeah, Jeff had a good run. Jeff had a good run. Ryan, you can come on anytime you want. Heck, we can even. You said, are you from Detroit, Michigan, or you live in Michigan?
No, I was born in Detroit. I moved from Cadillac about 7 months ago down here to Indiana to live a sober life, and I did good for a couple of days, and my dreams is what gets me. I let it go. I got set up with a counselor. When I get out, I'm going to start going to counseling.
That's awesome.
You're
good.
The drinking is just part of this. The drinking is just a symptom. The real disease is your head and your childhood, and watching your uncle, finding your uncle with his brain a foot away, and or your dad, and then the Bronco flipping, and your uncle getting shot 6 feet from the Bronco. I mean, you just had, and your mom. I mean, geez Louise, did you get a hooker for your 11th birthday? I mean, what? I mean, that's just.
I got Tonka trucks for my 7th.
You got Tonka trucks? I got them for my. I got a Tonka truck for my 21st birthday. I was kind of slow, but well, brother, I love you, man. I'm proud of you, Dale. Dale, my email's tom@tommabe.com or sobertalklive@gmail.com. We would love to have you on too while he's in there, because you're going to know how he's doing, and you can keep Al-Anon, man. That is a wonderful thing. It's hard. I got mad at my wife when she joined Al-Anon. So all right, but now I understand it. But that was just my ego and everything. But man, just once you get out, you'll rock it out, and we're here, and we want to hear. We'll talk to Evan, we'll talk to Dale, whatever. Yes. So just you got my number, save it in your phone, and always just text first, because I may have to call you from a different line, because we got a weird phone set up. But I can always get a text on out of those lines that you got there. So, all right, brother, I got a call out. Go ahead.
All right, well, man, I want to give a shout out, because I'm going to be honest, I've been following you since the sober page opened up. Cheryl added me when you guys created it. I was dormant. For anyone out there that wants to get sober, I was dormant. I didn't comment. I didn't post nothing for months. They didn't kick me out of the group. I just watched them. When I listen to the group chats, I watch the videos, I listen to people's testimonies, I listen to what people's going through. So if anyone out there wants to reach out, really reach out to Tom, reach out to that number. There's people out here that care. There might not be people close to you that care, but we don't want you to die.
Right, yeah. Don't die. Email us, sobertalklive@gmail.com. We know what we can help. We have a lot of people that we know and trust that we work with, and I've seen these people find, insurance for or Medicaid or get them in, there's always a place. There's always
a resource out there.
Yes, there you go. Always a resource out there, and it's very, very cool. So,
well, Tom and Jeff and the other people out there listening, you guys are inspiration for what I'm going to go through. You guys give me hope and confidence that I can do what I'm doing.
All right, brother. Well, hey, stay in touch. Yeah, and you're leaving Tuesday, you say?
Yeah. I'm probably going to go out to breakfast with the wife and kid, and then I'll probably be ready.
Text me. Let's have you on just real briefly Monday night.
All right.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon, dude.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Boy, I think he has a chance.
I think he does. I think he wants it.
You have to lean in a little closer.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I think he wants it.
I think he does too.
Yes.
I really think he thinks he wants it. And I know his family wants it. I mean, did you see the support? Right now, he's 31, and a young family, young wife, young kids, and I can tell. But I've seen people who are 41, and like, I'm done. I walked out on him. I'm done. No, I'm not doing it again. My wife was there. She said, no, I'm not doing it again. It's a vicious cycle. You do it, you do it, you do it, you do it. I'm okay. I'm not going to drink. And all of a sudden, you start drinking again. So right now, they're young, and they're. I think they got this. So.
But they're, and that's what we don't understand is there comes a point when family. It don't matter if you get sober, clean, whatever. They're done. It's like the flipping a switch.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I want to sneak one more call in here. Were you here when we? There's a guy he's kind of like a street therapist. His name was Caddy. Remember Caddy? Had the monology. He had a barrel monkey.
Barrel monkeys. Yeah.
That's right. And Jeff went out and we were doing barrel monkey poses and stuff. And I really want to see if this guy's around because I saw him comment under alias. I know that's him. I wanted to see if he will pick up on this Saturday night. He may be out. Let's see what's going on with this guy. This is hold on. I gotta put his I don't have his area code in there. Hold on. Let's see. So if I don't have the area code, because he's from my neck of the woods. If I don't have the area code in there, it will go. The number you have reached. But wow, what a great, encouraging story, Ryan. That was a powerful share.
And that's the thing, when you think that your story's bad, there's always someone out there worse.
Carl's like, he'll never complain about his parents again.
Yeah.
Carl's called in the show and publicly have shamed his parents.
Really?
Oh, golly. He said they were god-awful people. He hates them.
Dang it, Carl.
I'm teasing. Carl loves his parents. But, the typical teenager things. I don't want to go to school, whatever. But we all have complaints. But Carl, I know that you love your family dearly. We
both know it, Carl.
Yeah. So here we go. This is Caddy. He's a street therapist. And when you do talk, you got to lean in too. It's a dynamic mic.
Sabe.
Hey, Caddy, it's Tom and Brian Biggerstaff.
Tom.
Yes,
well,
sir.
How you did?
Man,
how you did, Tom?
I did good. How you did? I wake you, or did I get you away from anything?
No, Tom. We got the gas cards. The gas card you sent. We got the directions. We got we got two cell phones you sent up there. We got the regular cell phone, and then we got that GSP cell phone and that random detector.
But you got that stuff? That's supposed to
go
to
Tom.
That's supposed to go to
Mom.
Jeff, I thought.
Well, here's the thing, Tom. Caddy would have told you this about that. The big brown truck, Mama wants to know why in the hell you sent a great big ass brand new brown ass truck with a dude in a brown suit, drove it all the way from Louisville to Nolens just to drop that stuff off. And Mama said that the driver man said the package was from Tom Mabe. I said, bam. But anyway,
He didn't drive it from Louisville. It was probably another truck took it to some kind of hub. I think that's a UPS guy. He probably works in your neck of the woods in New Orleans.
oh, okay then. But any damn way,
Do you not feel it's special now?
we throw. Is that old Brian Biggerstood there? Isn't it?
Yes,
Biggerstood.
I like that.
I like that a lot. But anyway, Tom, we throw the El Dorado, north pointing, cutting the wind, top down, horns cutting wind out. You know me, I can't drive 55. You know me, though. You know.
I understand.
But anyway, Tom, if you look down below you there at your condolium there where you is,
Yeah.
Caddy, we here, the
Wait a minute.
the cataracts dock below the window of your condolium there, and we're here at Paris Hilton Head.
Paris Hilton Head. Hey, man. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I'll send the butler down to get you. So listen, you show up. You jumped over the gates. He got through the.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
These people down here, I'll tell you what, they got a great deal of respect for you there. I'm gonna tell you that about this.
Yeah,
Them boys, some old fella told me I might be double parked. I said, well, I'm here to visit there, Mr. Mabe up there, and yeah, he let me alone. Didn't say nothing. Didn't say near another word. But anyway, Tom, I want to share this with you.
Does it have anything to do with drinking or addiction or recovery, please?
Well, yeah, my monology's coming up. Can you hold on just a daggone minute?
I need a caddy monology. I'm trying.
Well, we're going to close the shows with the monology, okay? But anyway, do you know the gas cards that you sent? Do you know that they can be used for more than go-go juice? Do you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Jeff.
I bought my half brother Cletus. You remember Cletus when he's growing up? My little midget brother. Cletus.
Yeah, well, a little bit like Brad. Yeah.
Well, he's my half brother.
He's your half brother.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all can spar like roosters and go fight.
But also I bought Aunt Peggy with me too now. Okay, so I was wondering by any chance there. First of all, like I say, Cletus and Aunt Peggy, we stopped at one of them Pilot stations. Pilot, Pilot.
That's Pilot. Uh-huh.
We stopped there at them Pilot stations. Went in there, I got some gold juice, and damn, I look up, here come Aunt Peggy and Cletus hobbling out there with all kind of stuff, TVs and all that. Cletus bought 12-pack of that red cream soda he loves so much.
I love that.
Come out running. I said, how y'all get all that stuff? And Cletus said, Caddy, this car will work for all that stuff.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I didn't know if you noticed, but we figured on the way down here from Nolens here to Paris Hilton Head.
Paris Hilton, that's right.
Cletus just figured out we spent about $2,100 in gold juice in the cataract.
Okay, on the gold juice must be the gasoline.
Now you know I run high test in that cataract.
I know he loves his car. He loves his car. All right, well let's hear your monology, buddy.
Right. So anyway, the monology tonight I'm gonna be talking about don't drink and drive. Now hear why.
Okay.
Now Caddy wants to is everybody listening? Everybody. Is everybody listening?
We're listening. Go ahead, Caddy. We're all listening.
Don't drink and drive because the po-po is out there, and most likely if you're drinking and driving, po-po's probably going to be behind you. See, And what happened is they gonna get you for a charge. It's called let me see, driving underneath the influence of alcohol. You follow that?
Driving under the influenza, underneath alcohol.
Alcohol, yes, sir.
Okay.
Now,
I've heard of
that
I've heard
the good parts, that ain't gonna get you a ticket. That's gonna get you a free ride to the Cross Bar Motella. It's gonna get you a free ride. So, listen here, Tom. I wanted to ask Brian Biggerstud something now.
Yes, sir.
Brian, how you did?
I'm doing good. I did good.
Well, first of all, let Caddy tell you this about that, okay?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you've talked to Tom or Jeff about it. I joined Jeff early this morning, and everybody else did in that new Sober Talk wake up call shit he's got going on.
Yeah.
Wake your ass up early in the morning. Ain't even having coffee or nothing yet. But anyway, I was on my way to Paris Hilton Head Islands, just thinking, because the top was down, we's cutting the wind, the horns are up, and we on our way to Hilton Head, knowing we gonna see Tom. First of all, I was wondering if you fellas want to make a pass to that Waddle House sometime tonight after the show.
The Waddle House?
You know,
Waffle House?
Waffle House?
The Waddle House, where they, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Waddle House.
They got a chicken sandwich.
A patty.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And something else we found out about that Waddle House, they'll take that gas card too.
That's what we call a callback. That's a callback.
Callback.
Well,
So anyway, Tom, we need to get up there in the condolium there and get all settled in. Do you mind if Aunt Peggy and my half brother Cletus, my little midget brother Cletus, do you mind if they sleep up there in the condolium, or you want me to get them somewhere else?
well, let me maybe touch base with you off air. You got to sneak out of here, by the way. They got to go.
Well, you gonna do what now?
I'm gonna call you off air. We can discuss that. Caddy, it's always a joy when you call in. Did I miss the analogy? Was that
The analogy was don't
get DUI. Don't get
Mr.
drinking underneath influenza.
Excuse me, Mr. Biggerstud. You did understand Caddy's analogy.
Yes, sir. I understood. I'll explain it to him when we go off the air.
Okay, all right.
I figured that. Another thing is he drinking, Brian Biggerstud.
All right, that was Caddy calling in, and we love you guys. Thanks for calling into Sober Talk tonight. Ryan, good luck to you. We'll talk to you Monday. Carl, Del Lynn, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us on a very special Saturday night, and thank you for dinner.
You're welcome.
Did you enjoy coming in here to Hilton Head?
I enjoyed it.
Paris Hilton Head?
Enjoyed getting my own set of
Headphones? Oh, jeez. And Carrie, well, Tom, all of our headphones got these quarter-inch jacks in the back, and we went all over the island trying to find. There's
how we was going to have to do the show.
we were going to share headphones. I was going to give him one of mine. So, all right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk with you soon here on Sober Talk Live. We'll be back Monday. All right.